Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I want to go over this 3M Xtract sander. This is the 6-inch model, and I wanted to compare it to the Festool ETS EC125 3EQ. That is a mouthful. These are both really good sanders. They're high-end, good quality. They just have a few differences that set them apart. So I wanted to share these with you guys today and let you guys know what I think. All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's take a look at this sander. First, I'm going to plug it in, give it some power. Kind of sounds like R2-D2 when it turns on. It's crazy. So it's got these red lights with variable speed that you can go down and go up. And when it's lit up red and you press the paddle, it's not going to power on. So you got to hit the power switch first, and then it'll light up green. And then you can power it on. Change the speed if you like. One of the first things I noticed when I grabbed this sander and turned it on and turned it off was how long that rundown time actually is. It seems like a lot longer than the Festool one. When I let go, I could just, stop it by setting it on the table, but it is what it is. Next, let's take a look at the dust collection port. It is threaded, and I do have a Festool dust extractor. So the 27 millimeter hose doesn't fit on this exactly well. I picked up one of these 3D printed attachments that just screws right in here. And now it does fit nicely on my hose. So that problem was solved. I'll leave a link down below to this thing if you're interested in that. But real quick, let's just do some quick sanding on this little 2x4. I'm going to turn my dust collection on, and you can kind of get a gauge for how loud it is and everything else. Turn it on. Turn off the vacuum. All right, so I do only have 220 grit sandpaper on here. I need to go pick up some stronger stuff. But it does operate super smooth, and it's really comfortable to use. There's plenty of room down here for your hand to fit in, which is nice. And I really do like this paddle shifter. And one other thing I wanted to point out about this thing. The paddle shifter works really well if you just set this upside down and you need to sand smaller parts. You can simply just set this thing upside down like this. Sand your part just like that. I think that's pretty neat. Because with the Festool one, it doesn't sit upside down quite well at all. I mean, it's really tippy. So that's a really neat feature that really sets it apart from this sander. But now that we're talking about the paddle, one thing I thought this could do, I thought you could control the speed by letting off of this, little lever, but you can't. Here, I'll show you. If I'm pressing in and I release it a little bit, it still stays the same speed. I know that sanders like the Surf Prep sander, whenever you let off a little bit, the speed actually goes down. It goes down a little bit. So to adjust the speed, you do have to actually take the buttons down, and it won't work like that. All right, so I'm going to plug in this Festool sander and this one as well, and I kind of want to show you guys the rundown time of each one, how long it takes to actually come to a full stop, just to show you guys how much longer this one takes than this one, because I thought it was interesting. All right, so I got both sanders plugged in. We'll turn them on at the same time, and then we'll turn them off at the same time, and you guys can be the judge of what takes longer. So let's power these on. All right, now I'm going to turn them both off at the same time. 1, 2, 3. I'd say that was probably about a 3 to 4 second difference. Let's try them again. So that could be kind of annoying, honestly. I'm used to my sander just clicking off super fast and not having to give it time to run down. Minor difference, but whoop, just wanted to point it out. So now let's take a look at this Festool sander and just point out a couple of the differences between the two. So the variable speed on this one is just a little dial. There's 6 different variable speeds. The on switch is right here. There's no paddle like that. Turn that on. And turn it off. Now let's compare the two and see which is the louder sander. I got both at the max RPMs, and we'll do the Festool first. Now the 3M. Okay. I don't know if that picked up as well on camera, but the 3M was noticeably a little bit more quiet than the Festool. All right, so let me disconnect this this hose on the 3M. All right, let's turn these around. Let me power this off so I don't keep accidentally turning it on. So these two obviously are corded, right? One thing I think I really enjoy about the Festool is that the cord detaches from the tool, and you can use this cord for a variety of other things, you know, like your track saw, your domino. You guys know how Festool works. But I like that I can store this just by itself. The cord on the Festool, by the way, is 13 foot long. It's always been plenty of length for me. I have no complaints with that. The 3M sander, although, has a 16-foot cord, and the cord does not detach from the back of the sander. So when you are all done sanding, you need this out of the way, you're going to have to wrap this thing up. And yeah, I don't know, it might be a little bit more difficult to store it. Also, when you wrap the cord, you can risk damaging it as well, but it is what it is. All right, lastly, let's talk about the price of these two sanders. This 3M sander, it comes in a 5-inch and 6-inch model. This is the 6-inch one, like I said. And what I thought was kind of strange was that it's the same price whether you get the 5-inch or the 6-inch model. I just looked on Amazon this morning. The cheapest I was able to find this sander for was about $409. The Festool sander, this is a 5-inch sander, Festool ETS EC 125 3EQ. So this sander is about $475. They're very similar in price range. So if you have a dust extractor from Festool, you have anything Festool, you're probably going to want to lean more towards this route. If you don't have a dust extractor, and they're very expensive, they're like $600 or more, and maybe you just want to do a shop vac or whatever, you can still get into a really nice sander like this 3M one for around the same price. Yeah, but you won't have to buy a super expensive dust extractor. So I think these are both high quality sanders. They both have minimal vibration. They're comfortable to use. They just have a couple minor differences. They're very similar in price. It's a toss-up. It comes down to personal preference for me. I do like the paddle a lot because, like I said, you can sand the small objects. But at the end of the day, I would have to go with my Festool Sander. So if there's anything I missed covering both of these sanders and you guys want to know more about, just drop a comment below. If there's another sander you want to see me like compare to these two, let me know. And I'd be happy to kind of go over a short overview of all of these. So anyways, thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.